Hi everyone, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a good day. What? Sure making fun of me. We went to the dentist today and I was able to get my impressions done. So it's the first step in like a 4-step process. I'm really hoping to have them by my birthday in July, and the girl said I should have, so it'd be really nice because it's been 3 years. I didn't know it had been that long. They said since 2021. 2021. So maybe 2.5, 3 years. Alright, so let's go over our prayer requests. We have a couple new ones, and these ones are both children. My best friend's son, Luke Boggs, needs your prayers. He's having severe trouble not being able to swallow. And they can't find the right doctor right now to get him into. They went to an ENT in Cleveland or Cincinnati. That guy was talking about Cleveland today. I think it was Cleveland they went to, which is a long way from here, like 3 hours or so, and the doctor didn't do that kind of stuff. So they referred him to a GI doctor. So she's going to try that, I guess, and she's took him to so many doctors already. And as you know, they keep trying to say it's his anxiety and everything. I had the same trouble with swallowing for probably, I don't know, it's like I gotta keep swallowing and swallowing and swallowing. Maybe 2019, I'm not sure, but they tried to tell me the same thing, but it's anxiety. But, you know, you got anxiety just sitting here? It's not right. But I have a lot of mucus as well, so I don't know. But it's getting worse, and his is really, really bad. So please keep Luke Boggs and his family in your prayers. Did you say something, Sherman? Did you say something? And please keep our friend's daughter, Hannah Denny, in your prayers. Hannah is a child as well, and something's going on with her. I thought it sounded like a stroke, but I don't know. And the doctors didn't know either that she went to. So please pray that she finds the right doctor for Hannah, and it can get her better. She was like all confused when she was in class, and she went out, and then she went in another classroom that wasn't her classroom, and started calling out for her mom, and her cheeks were numb, and she was confused, really confused. And I thought, that sounds like a stroke. But she's still in elementary school right now, her last year of elementary school actually, and Danielle, her mom, said she'd done it at the hospital when they took her to the ER too. She went out there and started yelling for somebody and started crying, and her cheeks were numb. Please let them find the right doctor to get both of these babies better. And the same prayer request, please pray for Sherm, Rhonda Karshner, Cindy and Jim, Jimmy Myers, Layla and her son Emil, Ray and Donna Dunlap, Bonnie Jean, Bonnie Jean's dad, Bonnie Jean's sister-in-law Lori, and please pray that Bonnie Jean's cat Misty returns home to her. Elizabeth Jeffries and her grandson Dominic, Abby and Liam, Joyce Light, and Judy Thompson, Dora Carper, and I believe that's it. And, you know, Rhonda Karshner, my mom, hasn't been feeling well, and Sherm, he's having a lot of pain in his arm today. His first therapy appointment is on the 25th of this month. We know it'll make him hurt worse, but hopefully I'll make him keep going and they'll get it fixed, is what the surgeon is hoping for. And we'll go back to see her in August, and you know, if the therapy didn't help, because she said he's got a frozen shoulder and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. And We're just hoping it won't have to be surgery. So please pray that he gets better as well. Okay, so today we're going to be reading Luke chapter 20, verses 27 through 47, Psalm 89, verses 14 through 37, and Proverbs 13, verses 17 through 19. Okay, so we'll be reading about the resurrection and marriage, whose son is the Messiah, and warning against the teachers of the law, who were always harassing Jesus, always trying to trip him up on his words so they could arrest him, get him killed. They had people tell lies on him to try to get him crucified. And of course they eventually won. But Jesus never sinned a day in his life. He's the only perfect one there ever was. He was without sin. But that mattered not to them. Because they wanted to be in control of the people. That's what it was, I believe. They wanted people to only listen to them, no one else. And Jesus was standing in their way, is what they thought. That's how I believe. Okay, let's get started here. Some of the Sadducees, who say there is no resurrection, came to Jesus with a question. So already I'm going to stop right here. There's two different groups. There's the Sadducees and there's the Pharisees. The Sadducees believe there is no resurrection and they don't believe in angels. But the Pharisees believe in angels and believe there is a resurrection. So that's the difference between those two. Teacher, they said, the Sadducees, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies and leaves a wife but no children, the man must marry the widow and raise up offspring for his brother. Now, there were 7 brothers. The first one married a woman and died childless. The second and then the third married her, and in the same way, the 7 died, leaving no children. Finally, the woman died too. Now then, at the resurrection, whose wife will she be, since the 7 were married to her? Jesus replied, the people of this age marry and are given in marriage, but those who are considered worthy of taking part in the age to come and in the resurrection from the dead will neither marry nor be given in marriage. And they can no longer die, for they are like angels. They are God's children, since they are children of the resurrection. But in the account of the burning bush, even Moses showed that the dead rise. For he calls the Lord the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living, for to him all are alive. Some of the teachers of the law responded, well said, teacher, and no one dared to ask him any more questions. Now, then Jesus said to them, why is it that the Messiah is the son of David? David himself declares in the book of Psalms, the Lord said to my Lord. So this is God and Jesus talking. The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. David calls him Lord. How then can he be his son? While all the people were listening, Jesus said to his disciples, beware of the teachers of the law. They like to walk around in flowing robes and love to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces and have the most important seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at banquets. They devour widows' houses and for a show make lengthy prayers. These men will be punished most severely. That's like what I said. They want the people to listen to them, to think that they're like gods on this earth. And Jesus to them is standing in their way of this. Okay, so that is what we're stopping with Luke today. And now we're going to Psalm 89, verses 14 through 37. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Love and faithfulness go before you. Blessed are those who have learned to acclaim you, who walk in the light of your presence, Lord. They rejoice in your name all day long. They celebrate your righteousness, for you are their glory and strength. And by your favor you exalt our horn. Indeed, our shield belongs to the Lord, our King, to the Holy One of Israel. Since you spoke in a vision to your faithful people, you said, I have bestowed strength on a warrior. I have raised up a young man from among the people. I have found David, my servant, with my sacred oil. My hand will sustain him. Surely my arm will strengthen him. The enemy will not get the better of him. The wicked will not oppress him. I will crush his foes before him and strike down his adversaries. My faithful love will be with him, and through my name his horn will be exalted. I will set his hand over the sea, his right hand over the rivers. He will call out to me, you are my Father, my God, the rock, my Savior, and I will appoint him to be my firstborn, the most exalted of the kings of the earth. I will maintain my love to him forever, and my covenant with him will never fail. I will establish his line forever, his throne as long as the heavens endure. If his sons forsake my law and do not follow my statutes, if they violate my decrees and fail to keep my commands, I will punish their sin with the rod, their iniquity with flogging, but I will not take my love from him, nor will I ever betray my faithfulness. I will not violate my covenant or alter what my lips have uttered. Once for all I have sworn by my holiness, and I will not lie to David, that his line will continue forever, and his throne endure before me like the sun. It will be established forever like the moon, the faithful witness in the sky. And that is the Lord talking about David. God said of David, he is a man after my own heart. David and God had a very close relationship. Very close. Okay, so that's where we're stopping with Psalm 89 today. And now we're ending with Proverbs chapter 13, verses 17, 18, and 19. Proverbs 13:17 says, a wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy person brings healing. A trustworthy envoy brings healing. Proverbs 13:18. Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. And lastly, Proverbs 13, verse 19. A longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fools detest turning from evil. They'd rather be evil than turn to good. They'd rather lie than tell the truth. I know people that lie about the stupidest little things. Why would you want to lie about this, I thought? Why would you lie about this? Why would you make up this stuff and lie about it? To make your family look bad. To make people act like they treated you bad when you're the one that treated them like trash. They'd rather lie than tell the truth. They don't want to turn to good. They want nothing to do with God. They're just worried about themselves here on this earth and getting pleasure for themselves. Oh, I might ask for forgiveness on my deathbed, because then I'll be scared about where I'm going to go, as you should be. As you should be. You want to make sure your soul is set and ready when you pass away, because you can pass away in the blink of an eye, snap of a finger. No matter your age, no matter your gender, no matter what. When God's ready to take you, you're gone. Like that. And there's no coming back. Except for the people who've had near-death experiences, of course. But that's rare. When you die, you'll go to heaven or hell. And you want to make sure your soul is set to go to heaven. You want to make sure you know where you're going to go. Please, know where you're going to go. Make sure your soul is right with the Lord. Alright guys, so that was our Bible reading for today. I hope it touched your hearts. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.